Undisputed, it's time to talk Super 6 NFL Sunday, the free-to-play game where you can win up to $250,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money. And one of the Super 6 matchups this week, which we'll get into right now, is Packers-Chargers. MVP favorite Aaron Rodgers and his 7-1 record will visit L.A. on Sunday. Green Bay receiver Davante Adams practiced in pads for the first time since injuring his toe 5 weeks ago, and his game status still remains up in the air, but reports are that Rodgers' favorite target has a good chance to make his return this week, so that would be a big sign for the Packers. Shannon, it's easy. Who you got? Who wins?
I'm going to take the Pack, Skip, because you do realize this is going to be a Pack home game. The visiting team that comes to see them in Carson, that's where they play.
That is actually a good point.
Skip, it's a home game for them. You remember the Steelers came, was that a Sunday night or a Monday night, Skip? That was ridiculous.
That's bad.
It got so bad they even played the Steelers theme music over the loudspeaker.
Seriously?
Well, they're actually trying to prank them.
How you gonna prank me? How you gonna prank the opposing team by playing their music?
Because then you lead them on thinking it's theirs.
Throw them off?
You switch to yours.
No.
Right?
Did it work?
No.
It actually angered the home players.
Yes, I'm saying yes. You find another way to prank.
Yeah.
Skip Aaron Rod hot. I'm talking about hot, fish grease hot. Now, you know you got to get real. You eat fried fish? Man, that's some fried catfish. Man, I love me a good old fried mess of catfish. Them hard pup. Oh, my bad. You don't know nothing about that. Anyway, he hot like that.
Used to.
I feel like he used to, yeah.
But the hot, he's playing as good as we've seen, Skip Bayless. And I want that scout, that general manager, that anonymous guy that said, I don't know if Aaron can do it anymore. He can still keep his anonymity, but I need you to come out and apologize. I need to see. I need them to apologize.
Anonymous apology?
Anonymous apology.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened, but the Chargers defense hadn't been good. You would think with Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, those guys, Skip, they'd be better than what they are, and they're not. They fired their offensive coordinator, Ken Wisenhunt. Skip, for the first time since 1947, a team that had been held 4 consecutive games under 40 yards rushing. 1947. So, I mean, he had to go, and I think the quarterback coach got bumped up and got that title. And getting Devontae back? Devontae might be back, Skip. You mean to tell me Aaron Rodgers been doing all this without a number one? And didn't make an excuse? He didn't say nothing about it. Ain't got no Amari.
No, without him.
His numbers didn't take off once he got Devontae. He been good. I like the game. You know what? Chargers will play tough. They'll be ready to play. They won't underestimate this team because I think sometimes they look past teams and they, like the Broncos. Broncos shouldn't be the Chargers. But they look past them. The Titans. They had the Titans on the rope several times to let them off, and they end up losing that game. I'm going to take the Packers in a close game. I'm going to say it'll be 31-23.
Well, that's 8.
That's close. That's close.
Kind of close?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I got it.
What's the line?
3.5.
So really 6.
It's really not that. Yeah.
The Packers are fake, so it's really 6.
Yes.
So I'm going to take a flyer on the visiting team. And that's actually the home team. But I'm going to take the visiting team. I'm going to take the Chargers in this game, the home away from home team.
Skip,
right?
Skip, this is unreal. Your hate for Aaron Rodgers got you picking. You know you should pick the Pack.
It's what respect I have left for Phillip Rivers. He's still very good.
Yes.
Even though his QBR ranks 17th.
17 right now.
By his standards, he's had a down year.
Right.
By their standards, that they are leading this league in underachievement. Am I right?
Absolutely.
And you know the coach very well.
I do.
And he's a good football coach.
He is.
And you know what? They have a whole bunch of good football players on this team, and you started naming them. You didn't name Casey Hayward of Vanderbilt University. Had him on the show, but he can play cornerback, man. They got, Melvin Gordon is back, but he's not back in stride yet. And I think he's going to hit his stride the way it takes Zeke a while to sort of get back in the groove. And I just think this team is due to not pull off an upset, just to win a game because they're that good.
Right.
I think they're highly capable of beating Aaron Rodgers and company in this game because if you look at their games, they either win or lose closely every time.
They do.
So they're 3-5, and every score is relative. The one game they won easily was obviously at Miami, the way most people do.
Yes.
But the point is, lots of close wins, lots of close losses. Well, they had a close win at Chicago when the kicker missed a 41-yard field goal where they just said, Matt Nagy said, okay, I'm just going to shut it down right here. I'm not going to let my quarterback risk even touching the football anymore.
Quarterback you traded up for to get.
Yep, right, that guy. Mitchell Trubisky, but, you know, surely your new kicker, he can make a 41. Nope, he missed a 41-yard.
Yeah, one earlier, Skip.
I know. I got it. So they hung on. They survived. The Chargers did 17-16. Well, at least they feel a little bit good about themselves going into this game. So now we're back to Aaron Rodgers. You say he's the MVP of this league, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Been saying it.
dealing. He dealing, Skip.
Yep. So I'm going to read a quote
Oh, my goodness.
that was in The Athletic in a Mike Sando article from one of those anonymous guys. This is an anonymous veteran coach
He's
on Aaron
anonymous.
Rodgers. This is about last year. He said he held the ball in the pocket longer last year, and he got his, pardon my language, ass knocked off. Instead of making the right play, he wanted to make the perfect play, and he suffered because of it, and there was nobody there to ride his, pardon my language, ass and tell him otherwise because he was like, I'm Aaron Rodgers. We always hear that. Hopefully, says the anonymous veteran coach, he got a dose of reality, and he gets back to who he is.
That's Mike McCarthy.
You think so?
Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad.
It's anonymous.
Okay, my bad. I was supposed
Anonymous.
to know.
And Pro Football Focus this week says of Aaron Rodgers, he remains among the league's best, but still a tick below the peak levels that tore through this league at various points in his career.
Whoa.
He's a tick below.
Hold on. So let me get this right. I'm going to make sure I'm hearing this right. Aaron Rodgers is a tick below of his apex, but Tom Brady is right on time. The Tom, you see what Jitty?
Oh.
Now,
Wait, I didn't read that.
No, you did. No,
Nobody
I
said
did.
that.
No, you did. You say Tom Brady hadn't lost a thing.
No, I don't see any loss.
Oh, yeah, my point is that. But here's the thing I'm having a problem with. This is what I have a problem with. The same coaches in pro football, now the coach said he's hanging on to the ball too long, trying to get too much, Jenny. Pro Football Focus said Aaron Rodgers threw the ball away more than any other quarterback in the NFL. So is he holding on to it too long, or is he throwing it away?
They didn't say it. That's the stat.
That's the stat. Okay, well, the stat says it.
All right.
So I'm trying to figure the hell about. Jenny, you know, I didn't do too well in school, Jenny, until I got old. I could have done better. Jenny, I know I could have done better. So help me understand. He's holding on the ball too long. Then he throws it away because he doesn't want to take the sack. He's throwing the ball away. So I'll be damned if he do, I'll be damned if he don't. What's he to do, Skip?
He wants to throw home runs. And if he doesn't see an obvious home run, he'll hold the ball. And last year, he's holding it too long until he got sacked. But he also, a lot of times last year, and certainly the previous year, would say, I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm not going to risk an interception. I'm throwing it to a fan. That's what he would do.
So what's the problem now? 16-2. He top 5 in passing yards.
The problem is that you are saying that he is the MVP, and Pro Football Focus ranks his performance so far 4th, which is pretty good. And QBR says he ranks 9th in the league, which is top 10. But is that the MVP? I haven't seen an MVP
Look here,
yet.
Pro Football Focus had Drew Brees ranked #1 in all the stats all the way through. And I tried to tell you early on, I say my homeboy is the MVP. Well, he was almost unanimous. Almost unanimous.
Okay.
So Pro Football Focus, you do you. But these old things right here, I believe in them.
What are you seeing?
I believe in it.
Yeah?
I said he and Russell Wilson, just like this here. Whoever goes, somebody got to lean at the tape.
So help me out. You break down tape. You study. You're an expert at the strategy of pro football. And on the final play of that Thursday night game at Lambeau Field against your Philadelphia Eagles, I saw the quote-unquote MVP completely fail to see little Darius Shepard just leak out into the flat in the end zone, and he was just like wide open here. Underhand me the ball.
Happens.
And he locked in on Valdez-Scantling, who was suddenly double covered because the Eagles completely blew the assignment.
They did.
The man who was supposed to go with little Darius Shepard into the flat of the end zone.
Yes, he's a transcendent. He's a gifted quarterback. He's the greatest thrower of the football that we've seen.
That's a big mistake that cost them a football game, because if you just underhand it to Darius Shepard, throw it with two hands, do like a Rick Barry free throw to him, then the game is over and you win it, but you lost it, but you say he's the MVP.
But here's the thing. So he's not allowed to make one mistake.
Well, that's a game loser.
So Tom Brady's never made a mistake.
Well, he obviously. Why is it always about Tom Brady? We're talking about Aaron Rodgers. You say he's the MVP. You say Brady's washed up. Okay, I'll accept that premise for this conversation. Let's dismiss Tom Brady.
No. The GOAT.
I don't care about Tom Brady right now.
What you told me is that the GOAT must be the GOAT every single game, every single play.
He's 42 years old.
That ain't got a GOAT. He's still the GOAT.
Yeah. The guy who's been looking old is how old's Aaron now? 35.
Skip, stop playing.
He's an old 35.
Stop playing.
Tom's a young 42.
No, stop it. You need to stop this.
Well,
you need
help
to stop
me
this.
out.
Aaron,
Then I heard it was Aaron Rodgers' greatest game ever at Lambeau against the Oakland defense that Pro Football Focus ranked that week 32nd and dead last in the NFL. Really?
But you didn't have.
You're going to run with that one?
But you don't have no problem when Tom Brady was lighting up these teams that nobody that's getting top 10 draft picks. Oh, Tom Brady, you see what I'm saying, Jenny? That's the guy.
Jenny, wasn't the question about Aaron Rodgers?
Because I want you to be. I want you to be fair in your assessment of Rodgers.
I'm very fair.
Like you tell me.
Wait a second. That leads to the last game we saw Aaron play. Was it on Sunday night? Kansas City?
We saw it.
In Kansas City, you told me has a poor defense to start with, and they were down 5 defensive starters. And Aaron Rodgers actually got away with throwing one pass in which it was a no-look fall away, and I give him high credit for this. He admitted after the game, I really wasn't aiming that ball at, who was it? Jamal Williams, who caught it in the back of the end zone. Was trying to throw it to Jimmy Graham. Trying to throw it to Jimmy Graham.
That's what makes a genius
a genius. There it is. Oh, wait a minute. He missed Jimmy Graham by, 10 yards high? He's 6 feet 7 inches tall. So the greatest pass we've ever seen, or at least Matt LaFleur said, that's the greatest pass I've ever seen live. The quarterback overthrew it by 10
years
yards.
old. What do you expect? Matt LaFleur is 30 years old.
Well,
so
he
hadn't seen a whole lot of passes. Yeah. But that was a good play. That was a good play.
No, it was a great play.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of guys that would even think about it.
It was the luckiest regular season play I've ever seen. Eli's playing the Super Bowl postseason. I'll give you that one. But this was, that's, you want to talk about luck. And then he did say, I actually saw a flash of I saw a flash back there somewhere.
That's the thing that makes geniuses so unique, so gifted. A thing that you cannot see, they see, and bullseyes it every time.
Guess what? This week, at Chargers, home away from home game for the Packers, I say that Casey Hayward of Vanderbilt University will be right there in the back of the end zone to say, thank you, Aaron, I'll take that one. Thank you.
What's your pick? What's your score?
I am going very close because the Chargers play nothing but close games. I say this time the Chargers prevail 24-23.
Skip, wasn't that the first time that Aaron Rodgers has thrown an interception in the red zone? I think he has like 2 in like the last 200 pass attempts. He doesn't Skip.
Okay, now wait a second. Now you're doing a Brady on me because you're going back in time to make your case for this year's.
Okay, he's 16-2. He got 2 picks, Jenny.
Well,
he got 2 picks and 16 tubs.
History-wise, Rodgers is 2-0 against the Chargers, so something to keep in mind.
And Rodgers has the 9th best QBR, and Pro Football Focus says he's the 4th.
And the 2nd best touchdown interception ratio.
Yep.
I'm with Skip here, though. But the only reason I'm with Skip is because
you go
the
to the game.
No, I'm going for the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
They need a couple losses.
You got an ulterior motive.
Obviously, yeah. It's all about Minnesota in my eyes.
You still have Kirk Cousins as your quarterback.
We're going to talk about him.
We're going to move on from there. But, guys, Terry Bradshaw is adding a bonus contest this Sunday to celebrate the Texans-Jaguars game in London. Before that game kicks off at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on NFL Network, download the Fox Sports Super 6 app and play for free for a chance to win more Undisputed. So much to talk about next.